What happens when you cross an all-American V8 powered hypercar with the 20 kilometers of the Nürburgring or Green Hell? Chaos is what you get, I tell you. But I'm going to try and compose myself for long enough to string one lap together to see how fast we can go. So for this test, we're going to be using the Cadenza version of the Cadillac Hypercar. Here we are inside. It's new from the guys over at VRC and already locking the rear brakes into turn 1. But this car's brilliant. It's the latest hypercar to come out for Assetto Corsa, and it's even better than the URD one in my opinion. I think it's just, well, they're both really good, but I think this just takes it to another level. I'll put a link down in the description below and you can go and have a look for yourself, maybe download it. I really do recommend trying all of these cars because they just keep getting better with time. It's incredible. But anyway, into the lap, we're coming through here. Now, one thing to note with this car is it's not set up for this track at all. I've literally just jumped in and said, right, let's go. I've added a little bit of rear wing because this car hates bumps. You can see here, going round this fast right-hander, that any little disturbance in the elevation on the circuit, any bump, it just disturbs the car so much. So really, of course, you soften the suspension, etc, etc, but I didn't know any of that. I just thought I'd deal with it, and watch this, coming into this left-hander, it wants to spin so badly. So all I did was added 2 clicks of rear wing to try and make the rear a little bit more stable. Other than that, I thought, let's just try and deal with it. But what it also hates is touching the curbs, especially these steep curbs that you get here at the Nürburgring. It really just throws the car off, it hates it. But here we go, crunching the car down into the floor, down 2 gears, down another 2 gears, carry the speed through, and then down another 2 gears. Now, I'm not setting the world alight on this lap. I'm literally trying to hold on because the car's not set up for the circuit, but it is great fun, and yeah, it's awesome. So, coming down past Jimmy's Rebel Tree, I missed the apex here, unfortunately, which compromises the speed and exit, but it's okay. You can see the steep curves there, and I just touched it there, and it just unstables the car, and you have to counter steer, you're off the throttle, and yeah, it can be really difficult to judge where the front's going with the car, but it's still great fun. A little lift through these fast left and right hander, again a dab of the brakes into here, triple right hander, triple apex right hander, and now down into the slow first gear left hander before we get to the bridge. But again, avoiding these curbs, you just got to place the car really well, otherwise, yeah, you'll see at the end of the video where I didn't place the car so well, I ended up crashing a few times. But yeah, and here we've got the cambered right-hander, stay on the inside, carry more speed than you expect through there, but the car gets really wiggly on the way out, and you have to just make sure that the rear end doesn't come around, and just be careful with the throttle. This does have traction control, but it doesn't do too much, to be honest. You can still easily lose it, especially when you get a wheel on the curb, which again, you'll see a little later in the lap, actually. And I have to apologise here, it's very dark. I don't know why it's so dark in the shadow. I think that must be a problem with my CSP settings or something. I can barely see where I'm going. There's another bump coming up here through this left-hander right there. See where the car's bottomed out? I spun once there trying to do a practice lap. It's so difficult to be able to control the car. You've just got to like preemptive counter steer. Here, down a gear, almost wash out understeer because I've got that extra rear downforce. It's pushing the front a little bit more out to the edge of the circuit. So I have to watch out for that. But I'm being pretty careful. I'm not on the edge of control, so it's not too difficult. Now coming up into the carousel, the most famous corner on the circuit, of course. I'm being really super careful here. Down into first gear, just trying to keep it on the concrete, and then careful coming off, and now we can go full throttle. Because again, you can really spin up the rear wheel super easily coming off that concrete on the transition. But now we come to Hoch 8, I believe it's called, something like that, Hill 8. It's the most fun section of the circuit. You can see me, I'm tapping those curbs by accident. I don't mean to do that, but hey ho, this is the one clean lap I got in, so we're dealing with it. But this section is so fun. I'm being super cautious, just making sure to get through and not have a spin. You can use these flat curbs that you can see on the inside here, and here as well there's a big bump through the middle of the corner. I lost it once there in practice. This car just hates any kind of bump, and you have to be super careful. That's why you can see I'm sort of being really careful with the steering, trying not to overdo it. Here's YouTube corner, nice exit through here. There's another flat curb, so it's not too bad. Now again, avoid the curb on the inside, avoid the curb on the exit here, and now the track drops away to the left, and we've got a big drop here, and as you can see I get one wheel on the curb and the car almost loses it, almost full lock the opposite direction. Again, there's a big bump through the corner, and here as well, it hates the top of this hill. It's bad there in practice. Any kind of elevation change, any kind of bump, it just hates it, so being super careful. You can definitely get a lot more time out of this car on this circuit, maybe another 10 seconds or so, but we'll come to the times at the end. Coming now into the mini carousel, I hate this corner. This car hates this corner, so I'm going literally super slow. Just to make it out alive. We're nearing the end of the lap, and I don't want to be doing it again, even though I could do this all day. But yeah, now we've got the massive straight to come onto, and here it is, building up towards 200 mile an hour. Massively long straight. We'll compare the time of this car with some other cars at the end. The Porsche 919 Evo is the fastest car that's ever lapped the Nürburgring. The crazy LMP1 that was just unrestricted, ground effect. It was unbelievable. And I can tell you it's a lot faster than this, because it did a 5:19 and we're already at nearly 6 minutes. So yeah, a lot faster than this. Coming now into the final section down the hill. Get on the brakes, brake a little bit early, but that's okay. Again, I'm just being super careful towards the end of the lap. Now just don't hit the wall on the inside. There we go. And across the line, it's a 6:14.4. So you can see the 919 Evo 519. The Volkswagen IDR was a 6:05. The Porsche 956 in 1983 did a 6:11. And we've done a 6:14. And the fastest road car is the AMG 1. But I reckon we could get below the Volkswagen IDR's time. Maybe I'll do another video and try and do that. But yeah, that's about where I could get to today. But it's a great car. It's a really, really great car. There's loads of different settings you can change. Massive PDF that comes with it. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please do leave a like and a subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see me drive on the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.